Hey everyone, this is Gleb, and today I want to show you the easiest way of writing Cypress specs if you want to use await to get some data from the application. I prepared an example where we have a to-do MVC where we visit the page, we wait for it to load data. Let's open Cypress and see how the application runs. Okay, so we see one to-do. We see the application fetch to-dos from the network request. And now we want to confirm that the number of to-dos displayed right here on the page is the same as the number of to-dos returned by the server. All right, so we can use cy.intercept for this command or for this test. Let me just move it out of the way. So before we actually have application make the request, we can intercept the get to /todos, and we'll give it an alias load, for example. Okay, so the load happened. We can wait for this request to happen, just to confirm it happens, and then we will have its response body and let's say length. Well, in this case, we cannot simply say this is the number of items. Anytime you get something from Cypress, you have to pass the value into the next callback, cy.then. Okay, and here we can say if there are items, then we can say to do li should, and in this simple test we can just remove a conditional, right? We can just assert, okay, it's not to do, it's probably to do. Let me look up the markup. So class to do, okay. So li with class to do. Let's see. Okay, so one item, if we add, another item and rerun the test, and there are two items. In this video, I want to show you how to avoid creating these callbacks just to get the value and the value yielded by this chain of Cypress commands. I have prepared a plugin called cypress-await. So let's install this plugin first. Okay. And there are a couple of options, and yes, we can use await just like this, but there is another preprocessor called sync for synchronous mode. I actually prefer that one. I think it will allow us writing much simpler code. So we're going to put it in our config file, and we will say for our end-to-end tests, preprocess all the files, all the spec files. And you can set up a pattern, but in our case, all the files using this preprocessor that comes from cypress-await. Okay, Cypress notices changes. Okay, let me start the app again. Okay, so by default, nothing has changed. Okay, notice the test runs the same way, but here's where the things become interesting. Instead of doing cy.then, we can say, well, this variable will be just the result of this chain. And notice it works. Cypress-await preprocessor takes the spec file, and anytime it sees a variable assigned to a Cypress command chain, it transpiles the spec file and modifies it to do then and moves the rest of the statements there. Okay, this is what it does under the hood. And if you want to see how it actually does this, or if you want to see how it transforms the file, there's an option right here where you can pass, and let me just look it up, debug output true. Okay, so Cypress starts, runs, and we start Cypress from the terminal. So let's switch to this bash. It actually shows cypress-await transpile this network Cypress spec, and this is the output. So notice instead of n equals, right, it does the same commands and then says .then, exactly how I've written it before. So this plugin preprocessor does it automatically. I think it should work in most cases, and there are a couple of limitations that I'm working on. You can see them right here, to-dos, but try this plugin, let me know what you think, and let me know what else you would like to see to solve your problems using Cypress.